Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today, the Cubs are going to continue this 7-game homestand with a weekend series against the Colorado Rockies. The Cubs, having won 3 of their last 4 against the Pirates, including sweeping yesterday's doubleheader, are trying to fight their way back up toward 500. Today's game is going to feature the Cubs sending Yu Darvish out to the mound. He is making start number 31, a record of 9-9 with a 4.15 ERA and a 125 whip. He will be opposed by the Rockies' Yency Almonte, who is making start number 17 at a 7-4 record, 4.75 ERA and a 134 whip. The Cubs lineup will be Cabrera, Tauchman, Rizzo, Bryant, Santana, Ramos, Hayward, the pitcher Darvish batting 8th, and the shortstop Paradas batting 9th. The Rockies lineup will include Story, Dahl, Blackmon, Arenado, Murphy, Rogers, Daza, Wolters, and the pitcher Almonte batting 9th. It is 65 degrees today, and the wind is blowing in from right off the lake at 11 mph. So let's get this game underway. As Yu Darvish goes out to take the mound and Trevor Story stepping up into the batter's box, we are going to see Colorado, who is in 3rd place in the NL West with a 75-78 record, facing off with the Cubs, who are 76-78 in 3rd place in the NL Central. So Darvish looking for the sign, full count pitch. Here it comes. That is strike 3 call. And the first batter, Trevor Story, goes down looking at a cutter. And now Dahl is the batter, 1 out and nobody on. Here is the first pitch to David Dahl. And a grounder towards short. Picked up by Paradas, throws over to first. That is out number 2. Blackmon now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Charlie Blackmon. And it's popped up behind second base. The shortstop Paradas going over. He calls off Cabrera and makes the catch to end the inning. So, Rockies retired in order. We're going to the bottom of the first of a scoreless ballgame. Cabrera coming up against Almonte here in the bottom of the first inning. Cabrera, switch hitter, batting from the left side with a 1-ball count. Almonte looking for the sign, and the pitch. And a grounder towards second, picked up, thrown over to first. That is out number 1. Tauchman now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Here's a 1-ball count, and the pitch to Tauchman. That's lined down the opposite way, down the left field line. Tauchman's going for extra bases, rounding first, heading for second. He's going to slide in with a double. So with 1 out, the Cubs have a runner in scoring position as Mike Tauchman manages the extra base hit to the opposite field, and that brings up Anthony Rizzo with 1 out and 1 man on. Almonte facing Rizzo with a 1-ball count. Rizzo waiting for the pitch. And a pop-up on the infield. The third baseman Arenado is going over. He'll make the catch in foul territory for out number 2. Chris Bryant now batting with 2 outs. Go-ahead run in scoring position. Bryant facing Almonte with a 2-strike count, and strike 3 is called. A fastball at 96 catches him looking. Cubs strand a runner. We're going to the top of the second of a 0-0 ball game. Nolan Arenado coming up to lead off for the Rockies here in the top of the second inning against Darvish. Full count. Here's the pitch. And Darvish gets him to pock up. Foul territory on the right side. Rizzo chasing, and he is going to make the catch for out number 1. Dan Murphy now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Darvish working with a 1-ball count. Here's the pitch. Liner over the shortstop's head into left center field. That'll be a 1-out single for Daniel Murphy. And now, with a runner on first, Brendan Rodgers will be the batter. 1 out, 1 man on. 0-2 pitch from Darvish. Here it comes. Grounder back toward the mound. Darvish picks it, throws to second. The relay to first, and the Cubs turn the 1-6-3 double play. Very quick defense by the Cubs in order to turn that double play. And so we're going to the bottom of the second now. It is still 0-0 in Chicago. Danny Santana leading off against Almonte here in the bottom of the second. Here's a full count pitch. And Santana swings and misses for strike 3. That was a fastball up. And Santana chased it. Ramos now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Here's a full count pitch to Wilson Ramos. And a grounder toward third. Picked up, thrown over to first. That is out number 2 as Ramos is retired easily over at first. Jason Hayward now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Hayward facing Almonte with a 1-2 count. And Hayward swings and misses for strike 3. The fastball at 92, and Hayward is behind. So we're going to the top of the third inning. It is still all zeros here in Chicago. Daza will lead off against Darvish in the top of the third. 1-2 count. Darvish with the pitch. Strike 3 is called. That was the cutter, and Darvish caught the corner of the plate, so that is first out of the third inning. Walters now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. 0-2 pitch to Walters. Strike 3 is called. Darvish has struck the first 2 batters out in this inning, and now the pitcher Almonte comes up with 2 outs and nobody on. 2-2 count. And the pitch from Darvish. And strike 3 is called. Darvish strikes out the side looking. We're going to the bottom of the third. Darvish in charge here in Chicago. We're going into a 0-0 ball game. And the man himself, Yu Darvish, is going to lead off for the Cubs in the bottom of the third inning. He is 11-46 with 5 RBIs this season. Here's a full count pitch to Darvish, and he waves and misses for strike 3. That was a changeup, and Darvish way out in front of that. Paradas now batting with 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 count. Paradas swings and misses for strike 3. So Paradas is strikeout victim number 5 for Yency Almonte, and it brings up the top of the order as Drupal Cabrera. 2 outs, nobody on, 1 ball count. Cabrera lines that one over the first baseman's head down the right field line. That's going for extra bases. Cabrera rounding first, heading to second. He's going to slide into second with a 2-out double. So Cabrera representing the go-ahead run, standing on second. And that will bring up Mike Tauschman. Tauschman 1 for 1. He had a double in earlier at bat today. 2 outs, 1 man on. Full count to Tauschman. And he lines that one, goes the exact same spot as the last base hit. Rounding third and coming home is Cabrera. He slides and he is safe. So Mike Tauschman showing good discipline at the plate and delivers an RBI single to the opposite field here in the bottom of the third inning. Tauschman gives the Cubs a 1-0 lead, and it brings up Rizzo. Rizzo facing Almonte with 2 outs, 1 man on, and a full count pitch to Anthony Rizzo. And he grounds that one toward the middle of the field. The shortstop has it, throws over to first, and that will end the inning. But not before the Cubs score the first run of this game. We're going to the top of the fourth. It is a 1-0 ball game. Story facing Darvish here in the top of the fourth. Darvish with the first pitch of the inning and a pop up to the right side of the infield. And Cabrera calls off Rizzo to make that catch for up number 1. Dahl now batting with 1 out, nobody on. 1 strike count, and the pitch from Darvish, and that's skied into center field. That feels like the first ball that's left the infield for the Rockies. So that is a fly out to Santana in center for out number 1. Blackman now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. 1-1 count, Blackman waiting for the pitch. Oh, and Blackman is hit. That one got away from Darvish. That was a fastball in. And so the runner is now on first with Nolan Arenado as the batter. 2 outs in the inning. 1 strike count. And the runner goes. The throw goes down to second. Ramos' throw, however, is late. And Blackman has his 2nd stolen base of the season. Arenado now batting with a 2 strike count. 2 outs. Tying run in scoring position. Here's a pitch and a grounder to third. Bryant picks it up, throws over to first, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs hold the Rockies scoreless. We're going to the bottom of the fourth of a 1-0 ball game. Chris Bryant, after ending the previous half inning with a defensive play, is now going to lead off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the fourth. 1-2 count. Bryant Grounding it toward first. Picked up, thrown to the pitcher covering the base, and that is out number 1. Santana now batting. 1 out, nobody on. 1 ball count. Danny Santana waiting for the pitch. And a liner up the middle. That's a single for Danny Santana. A clean base hit up into center field. And Santana standing on first as Wilson Ramos comes up to the plate. 1 out, 1 man on. We're going to go to pitch-by-pitch mode here, and we're going to see if we can find a spot to get Santana down to second. Here's the first pitch, and that's a foul ball. The fastball at 93, 1 strike count. This feels like we're going to try a straight steal here with 1 strike count. Here's the pitch. Santana goes. Oh, and Santana holds. That was the slider. So he got a breaking pitch, but I guess he didn't feel like he got a good break off the base. So a 2 strike count now. And Almonte facing Ramos. Here's the pitch. And Ramos, that was a slider low, so he takes that for a ball. Ramos now working with a 1-2 count, and I'm guessing Almonte's coming back with a strikeout pitch right here. So we will try the steal. Oh, and the throw goes over to first. Santana gets back quickly. Let's see if we can get the stolen base still. We're going to try once again. And that's going to be the throw goes down to second, and Santana has the stolen base. 24 on the season now. And a 2-2 count as Ramos took ball 2. So Almonte facing Ramos now. And there's a check swing, strike 3. So Ramos strikes out. However, on the stolen base attempt, Santana advances. It brings up Jason Hayward with 2 outs and the runner on second. Here is the pitch to Jason Hayward, and they intentionally walk Hayward. He's heading down to first, which will bring up the pitcher Darvish. So with Santana and Hayward on the bases and Darvish batting, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th inning, 1-2 count, and Darvish swings and misses for strike 3. So the inning is over. We're going to the top of the 5th. It's Cubs strand 2. It is a 1-0 ball game. Darvish working to Murphy here in the top of the 5th inning. 3-0 count. Darvish issues the walk. That is ball 4 low. So Murphy heads down to first. That is the first walk issued by Darvish, and now Brendan Rodgers is the batter. Nobody out. Tying run on first. 1-1 count. Darvish looking for the sign. And here's the pitch. And a grounder towards short. Paradas over to, directly to first. I thought he was going to flip it to second. They did not try to get the double play. Apparently, they felt like that Murphy had a good enough jump that they were not going to get him. So now, with 1 out, tying run in scoring position, and Daza is the next batter. 1 out, 1 man on, 1 strike count. Darvish delivers a grounder toward third. Bryant picks it up, looks the runner back, throws over to first, and they retire him on a bang-bang play for out number 2. Man, I thought for a second the umpire was going to call him safe, but the Cubs record the 2nd out of the inning, and it brings up Walters with 2 outs and 1 man on. Walters waiting for the first pitch. It's a pop-up to the left side. Bryant chasing foul territory toward the tarp, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So the Rockies strand the runner. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's an error on Bryant. They're saying he dropped it or he bobbled it. So new life for Walters as the pop-up is dropped in foul territory. 2 strike count. And now Walters swings and misses for strike 3. So 5 strikeouts in the day for Darvish, and that brings the inning to a close with a runner stranded. We're going to the bottom of the 5th of a 1-0 ball game. Paradas facing Almonte here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Paradas with a full count, and he pops that one up to right. Coming in fast is the right fielder. He's going to make that play, and that's going to be out number 1. With 1 out, nobody on, as Drupal Cabrera now comes up. 3-1 is the count. Cabrera waiting for the pitch. And that is way inside for ball 4. Cabrera was diving out of the way of that fastball. And now Tauschman is the batter. Runner on first, 1 out. Tauschman 2 for 2 with 2 doubles on the day and an RBI. Here's the 1 ball count, and Tauschman pops that one up behind third base. He hit it to the same spot, but this time got too much air under it, and Arenado was able to get under it to make the 2nd out of the inning. So Rizzo now batting with Cabrera on first and 2 outs. 1-2 is the count, and Rizzo grounds it harmlessly towards second. The throw goes to first, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs strand a runner. We're going to the top of the 6th of a 1-0 ball game. Darvish facing Almonte here in the top of the 6th inning. 2-1 is the count, and a grounder towards short. Parada's charging, throwing over to first, and that will be the first out of the inning. Score that one 6-3 on the ground out. And now Trevor Story is the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 is the count. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Darvish records strikeout number 6 on the high fastball. Bringing up David Dahl. 2 outs, nobody is on. 2-2 is the count. And a drive into left center field. That one's going to drop in for an extra base hit. Rounding first, heading for second. Going to be a slide and a close play, but he is safe with a double. So a 2-out extra base hit for David Dahl. And that will bring up Charlie Blackmon with 2 outs, 1 man on. Darvish facing Blackmon here in the top of the 6th inning. Tying run on second. Here's the first pitch and a grounder to first. Rizzo has it. Runs to the bag. He wins the foot race to end the inning. So the Rockies strand a runner. We're going to the bottom of the 6th of a 1-0 ball game. Almonte facing Bryant here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Bryant 0 for 2 on the day, waiting for the 1-strike pitch. And a drive into the gap in left center field. That's going to be extra bases to lead off the inning for Chris Bryant. He's rounding first, heading for second. He is going to have a stand-up double to lead off the Cubs' half of the 6th inning. So nice piece of hitting right there by Chris Bryant. And that will bring up Danny Santana with nobody out and a runner on second. Santana waiting for the first pitch from Almonte, and they're going to intentionally walk Santana. I guess they figure he's not a threat to steal since Bryant's on second. Ramos now the batter with nobody out, 2 men on. Bottom of the 6th inning. Cubs are looking for some insurance runs here against the Rockies. Here's a full count pitch to Wilson Ramos. And strike 3 is called. Ramos strikes out looking for the first out of the inning. Jason Hayward now is the batter. And this is going to be a situation where we are going to warm up a relief pitcher. Because when we get to the pitcher's spot, we're going to want to be able to pinch hit. The relief pitcher of record, let's see here, we're going to be pitching to the middle of the Rockies lineup. We're going to warm up Loaiza to pitch to the middle of the Rockies lineup in the 7th inning. Now, Almonte facing Hayward with 1 out, 2 men on here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Full count, and Hayward grounds it towards second. Throws over to second, the relay to first, and that is a 4-6-3 double play. So, the Cubs strand a runner, they do not score. We're going to the top of the 7th inning of a 1-0 ball game. Loaiza is going to sit down as Darvish will come out and work the 7th inning. However, I think Darvish is probably going to have a short leash here this inning. We'll see how things go. Darvish facing Arenado. 3-1 is the count. And Darvish induces the ground ball. Bryant picks it up, throws over to first, and that is out number 1. So Darvish now facing Daniel Murphy with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Daniel Murphy. And a pop-up to right center field. Santana chasing. He's going to call off Hayward and make that catch for out number 2. Brendan Rodgers now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Darvish facing Rodgers with a 3-1 count. Darvish looking for the sign and the pitch. And that is way outside. It is ball 4. So now there's going to be a pinch hitter. The lefty Ryan McMahon is going to pinch hit for the Rockies here in the top of the 7th inning with 2 outs and the tying run on first. Darvish has thrown 88 pitches. Loaiza is still ready in the bullpen. And we're going to visit the mound. I'm going to say Darvish says, I'm good. Loaiza says, I'm ready. Is a single walk enough to warrant pulling this starting pitcher? I don't think so. I think we're going to give Darvish the chance to pitch to this batter. If he can't get him out, then we'll bring in Loaiza to face Walters and the pinch hitter for the pitcher's spot potentially. So Darvish working with a 1-strike count. And here's the pitch. And a liner past the third baseman in the left field. That's another base hit. The throw goes down to second. That's a 2-out single for the Rockies. And now there's runners on first and second with 2 outs. So now this is the time where we're going to bring in the substitution. And Loaiza, in fact, will be brought in to this game. Loaiza will then immediately be pinch hit for in the next inning. So Loaiza facing Walters. Really need a strikeout right here, but Loaiza should be the man. 129 strikeouts in 119 innings pitched with a 4.76 ERA. He has really been good since getting switched over to the bullpen midway through the season. So Loaiza facing Walters with a 1-2 count. Loaiza looking for the sign. And here's the pitch. Oh, and he hits him. He hits him with the pitch. He lost control of a curveball and plunked him in the shoulder. So the bases are now loaded. And a pinch hitter, Garrett Hampson, is the next batter for the Rockies. With 2 outs and the bases loaded, Cubs up by 1 here in the top of the 7th inning. Man, I'm sure Loaiza wishes he had that pitch back. He had him with a 2-strike count. So 0-2 now is the count as Loaiza works. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with the fastball. So the Cubs escape the jam as Loaiza records the strikeout to end the inning. We're going to the bottom of the 7th inning of a 1-0 ball game. And today's guest conductor for the 7th inning stretch is going to be Josh Groban. Now, because Loaiza got us out of that last inning, obviously that's fantastic. However, we are going to actually get Rosenthal up in the bullpen to pitch in the 8th inning. Well, we want Rosenthal to pitch in the 8th? Yeah, we want Rosenthal to pitch in the 8th inning. That's what's going to happen. So we're going to send up a pinch hitter for the pitcher's spot. Now the Rockies pitcher is Wade Davis. They just brought in a relief pitcher. So Wade Davis will be opposed by Ian Happ. The switch hitting Happ is going to come up and bat from the left side against the Rockies reliever Wade Davis. Davis has thrown 55 2/3 innings, 28 walks, 50 strikeouts, and a 5.50 ERA. So, Happ facing Davis here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2-0 is the count. And looking for the sign, and here's the pitch from Davis. And a grounder up the middle. Because of the shift, the shortstop was playing it in the perfect position, and that is out number 1. So Paradas now batting against Davis with 1 out and nobody on. Paradas is 0 for 2 today. Here's a full count. And the pitch to Isaac Paradas. And a liner over the third baseman's head in the left field. That's going to be a 1-out single for Paradas as he stops at first, and it brings up Asdrubal Cabrera. 1 out, 1 man on, Cubs up by 1. Here's a 1-1 count. And a grounder to second. Throw over to short, but no relay to first. Paradas breaking up the double play at second. And now the Cubs bring Tauchman up with 2 outs and a runner on first. Tauchman 2 for 3 with an RBI on the day, facing the righty Davis. Here is the pitch, 1-1 count, and Tauchman grounds it towards short. Story kicks it. Story muffs an easy play, and that's going to be an E6, which is going to allow the Cubs to have first and second with 2 outs, and it brings up Anthony Rizzo. Bottom of the 7th inning, Cubs up by 1. Rizzo facing Wade Davis with a 1-strike count. And there's a grounder up the middle. Shortstop has it, steps on second to record the force and end the inning. So we go to the top of the 8th inning. It is still a 1-0 game in Chicago. Now, Rosenthal will be brought in Rosenthal will be brought into left for Tauschman. And pitch. Santana is going to shift over to left, and Jackie Bradley will be brought in to play center here in the 8th inning. So I guess that makes that a triple switch. I'm not sure. Trevor Story is going to face Rosenthal here in the top of the 8th. Cubs up by 1. Full count. Rosenthal looking for the sign. And here's the pitch. And there's a liner into center field. That is going to be a leadoff single for the Rockies. Bradley gets that ball back into the infield quickly. Story is now on first. Dahl is the batter with nobody out, 1 man on. And because this is a 1-0 game, you know, if Rosenthal doesn't have it, we may have to go back to the well here in the bullpen pretty quickly. Rosenthal facing Dahl now with a 2-strike count. Rosenthal with the pitch. And a liner into right field. This is going to be another base hit. A couple of perfectly placed seeing eye singles here to lead off for the Rockies in the top of the 8th inning. And now the Rockies have the tying run on third with nobody out. Runners on the corners. Blackman is the batter. Rosenthal really needs a strikeout right here. I'm not sure why we haven't brought the infield in, but that's not something that I actually have any say over. Here's a 1-1 count. Oh, the infield is brought in. And a liner over the second baseman's head into right field. That is going to be a RBI single. However, they're going to run down the runner over at third. Hayward's throw down to third throws out Dahl. So that's the first out of the inning. Blackman with the RBI single. He stops at first. And now Nolan Arenado is the batter. With 1 out, 1 man on. The Rockies with 3 straight base hits have tied this ball game. We're going to visit the mound. Iglesias is still not ready. Rosenthal is going to face Arenado here in the top of the 8th inning. Full count, and Arenado waiting for the pitch. And a grounder up the middle. Shortstop has it. Steps on second, relay to first, and that is a 6-3 double play. So the Rockies score a run. We have a tie game going into the bottom of the 8th inning. Now, Chris Bryant coming up for the Cubs. We're going to set Iglesias down for the moment. Bryant facing Davis here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's a 1-1 count. Bryant waiting for the pitch. And a grounder towards short. Picked up and thrown over to first. That is out number 1. Santana now facing Davis with 1 out and nobody on. Here's an 0-2 pitch to Santana, and he swings and misses for strike 3. So that was a fastball at 96, and that'll bring up Wilson Ramos. 2 outs and nobody on. Cubs in a tie ball game. Ramos waiting for the first pitch, and he pops that one up behind third base. The third baseman Arenado catches it straddling the foul line for out number 3. So we're going to the top of the 9th. It is a 1-1 ball game. If we get Iglesias back up, we're going to see that he's ready. And we are going to do a pitching change right here because I really don't need to see any more of Trevor Rosenthal in this particular game. We go to change pitchers. Iglesias will be brought in, and he will bat in the same spot as Rosenthal. So Iglesias coming in to pitch. He has thrown 62 in the 3rd innings, 23 walks, 8 strikeouts, and a 3.03 ERA. Iglesias facing Murphy to lead off the Rockies after the 9th inning. 2-0 is the count. Iglesias looking for the sign. And here's the pitch. And a pop up to center. Bradley coming in fast. He has a line on it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Brendan Rodgers now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 1-2 count, and the pitch to Brendan Rodgers. And that's a swing and a miss for strike 3, way out in front of that changeup. So 2 outs now in the inning, and Jace Peterson is going to be the pinch hitter for the Rockies. He comes up at 22 for 87 with 3 home runs on the season. Peterson facing Iglesias with 2 outs and nobody on in the top of the 9th inning. 1-2 is the count. Iglesias with the pitch. And a drive to center. Bradley coming in fast. I think he's going to get there, and he does make the catch for out number 3. So we are going to the bottom of the 9th inning. It is a 1-1 ball game. And now, Jairo Diaz is going to pitch for the Rockies. He has thrown 39 in the 3rd inning, 16 walks, 42 strikeouts, and a 2.52 ERA. He will face Jason Hayward to lead off for the Cubs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Hayward waiting for the 2-strike pitch from Diaz. Diaz looking for the sign. And the delivery. And a drive into right field. That's going to be shallow. The second baseman going out. He's going to make that catch for out number 1. And now Jackie Bradley is the batter. With 1 out and nobody on. Bradley facing Diaz with a 2-2 count. And Bradley swings and misses for strike 3. So that is the fastball at 96. And Bradley was completely overmatched right there. And now Paradas is the batter. And Paradas is going to face Diaz with 2 outs and nobody on. Here is the 2-1 count and the pitch. And a grounder toward third. Picked up by Arenado. Throws over to first. That will end the inning. We're going to the top of the 10th inning of a 1-1 ball game. And now we're going to see a reliever warmed up. In this case, it is going to be Tariq Skubal. Because if this game is going to go a whole bunch of extra innings, I suppose, we'll bring in the guy that knows how to start and see if he can throw some innings. All right. Iglesias facing Wolters. He's going to face the 8-9-1 batters in the Rockies lineup here in the top of the 10th inning. Iglesias with a full count, working to Wolters. And here's the pitch. And a liner right at the third baseman, Bryant. He makes that catch for out number 1. Hampson now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Hampson waiting for the 1-ball count and the pitch. And a liner into center field. That one will get through for a base hit. So a 1-out single for Hampson, and that'll bring up Story with 1 out, 1 man on. Hampson on first, Story batting, Iglesias working with a 1-1 count. And the runner goes. The throw goes down to second, and Ramos's throw is in time. So that's the 2nd out of the inning. The runner is thrown out on the stolen base attempt. Good job by Wilson Ramos to cut down that runner. And now Trevor Story batting with a 1-2 count and 2 outs, nobody on base. Here is the next pitch from Iglesias. And that's a grounder towards short. Paradas has it, throws over to first, that will end the inning. So the Cubs hold the Rockies scoreless despite allowing a base hit. We're going to the bottom of the 10th of a 1-1 ball game. Now, Cabrera is leading off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 10th inning, facing Jairo Diaz, who's coming out for his 2nd inning of work. Cabrera waiting for the 1-1 count and the pitch. And a liner into center field, that'll be a leadoff single for Asdrubal Cabrera. So, as he stops at first, the pitcher Iglesias now is coming up, and this is going to be an obvious pinch hitting situation. We're going to send Jay Bruce up to pinch hit for Iglesias, as we're going to see that Iglesias did throw 2 scoreless innings for us. It was really pretty effective. Now, Cabrera over on first, he is fast enough. We'll leave him on base. All right, so Bruce facing Diaz with nobody out and a runner on first. Bruce, excuse me, waiting for the full count pitch and a pop up to right. The right fielder is coming over, and he is going to make that catch. That is out number 1. So Diaz now facing Rizzo with 1 out and the go-ahead run, the winning run on first base. Cabrera going to be looking for a spot to potentially steal second. Here's the pitch. That was a slider for strike 1. Rizzo taking the pitch. Now, next pitch, what is it? It's a foul ball. He got a He got another slider right there as Diaz continuing to feed Rizzo a steady diet of sliders. Now with a 2-strike count, Rizzo waiting for the pitch. And another foul ball. So Rizzo fouls off the fastball right there. And I think this is going to be the spot. We're going to try to send Cabrera with 1 out, 1 man on. Here's the pitch. And that's low for ball 4. And Cabrera does not, he starts, but he doesn't go. So we're going to swing away now. And that's a pop up to left. Going to be playable in left field, short of the warning track, and that is going to be out number 2. So Rizzo does not advance the runner. And now Bryant is the batter with 2 outs. Winning runner on first. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Chris Bryant. And a drive to left center field. That is not going to be deep enough. Going back in medium depth, and that's going to, the catch will be made by Hampson to end the inning. We're going to the top of the 10th inning, and it is a 1-1 ball game. So Jay Bruce, well, so Skubal is warming up, which means that Bruce is going to have to briefly be inserted as the pitcher. But here's what we're going to see is going to happen. Well, no, we're not going to do that. Skubal is just going to come in and pitch. And he's going to face the lefty Dahl. We're going to visit the mound, and he's going to say, yeah, I got plenty left in the tank. Don't worry about me. And Skubal will face Dahl with a 1-ball count. Skubal, 1-2 with a 3.57 ERA on the season. And a pop-up to left. Coming in fast and making the catch is Santana for out number 1. Blackman now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. 2-0 count, Skubal facing Blackman here in the top of the 11th inning. And a pop-up, this time to the right side. The second baseman, Cabrera, is going over. He's going to make the catch for out number 2. Arenado now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Skubal facing Arenado with a 1-2 count. And here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Skubal retires the Rockies in order. We're going to the bottom of the 11th of a 1-1 ball game. The new Rockies pitcher is going to be Scott Oberg. He has thrown 57 2/3 innings, 29 walks, 58 strikeouts, and a 3.75 ERA. Santana facing Oberg from the left side with a 1-ball count, leading off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 11th inning. Oberg is looking for the sign, and here's the pitch, and a grounder towards short. Diving is Story, and he throws it away. So the throw is errant, and Santana is safe at first, and that'll bring up Wilson Ramos. And Wilson Ramos, this is an interesting call here. Wilson Ramos, because we're going to try to steal with Santana again, but Ramos is going to be allowed to swing away to start out the at-bat. That is outside, low and away for ball 1. So Ramos facing Oberg now with a 1-ball count, and here's the next pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. That was a sinker. So now Ramos facing Oberg with a 1-1 count, runner on first, and this is where we're going to send the runner. We're going to send him on a run-and-hit play. And here's the pitch, a grounder towards second. This time the throw goes to first. Santana gets easily over to second. I guess that worked kind of like a sacrifice. And now Hayward is the batter with 1 out and the runner in scoring position. Santana on second, representing the winning run. Hayward waiting for the first pitch from Oberg. And here it comes. And a drive, deep right field. However, I think that's going to be playable. Yeah, on the warning track, the catch is made. And the runner is going to tag up and advance to third, Santana. So now the winning run is on third base. Jackie Bradley is the batter, Oberg the pitcher, and I think we're going to see another substitution here as Tyler O'Neill is going to pinch hit for Jackie Bradley and try to win this game here in the bottom of the 11th inning. O'Neill facing Oberg with the winning run on third. Here's a 1-2 count. O'Neill waiting for the pitch. And he checks his swing. That is strike 3. So the inning is over. And the Cubs strand the winning run on third. We're going to the top of the 12th of a 1-1 ball game. So O'Neill is going to stay in. He's actually going to play left. Santana will shift back over to second. And we are running out of options on the bench here. Now, Skubal is going to face the 5, 6, and 7 batters in the Rockies lineup, starting off here in the top of the 12th inning. 1-2 count. Skubal with the pitch. And a grounder toward first. High chopper. Rizzo has it. Steps on the base. Bryant's on third. That would have been a long run for him. That is out number 1. Rogers now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Skubal facing Rogers with a 1-strike count. And here's the pitch. And a grounder toward short. Paradas dives and he does not get it. So the ground ball is going to be an infield single for Rogers. Go-ahead run is on first. Top of the 12th inning. Duvall now facing Skubal with 1 out, 1 man on. And a 1-ball count. Skubal with the pitch. Grounder up the middle. This time Cabrera has it. He throws over to first, and that is the 2nd out of the inning. So the runner, Rogers, advances to second, and now Ian Desmond is going to be the batter. Ian Desmond pinch hitting for the Rockies. Coming up to face Skubal with 2 outs and the go-ahead run in scoring position. Here's a 1-strike count, and Skubal with the pitch. A liner into right center field. Bradley dives, and he makes the catch. Or Santana makes the catch. Gosh, I had forgotten Bradley got pulled out of the game. Santana makes a very Jackie Bradley-looking catch, a diving play in center field to save a run. We're going to the bottom of the 12th. It is a 1-1 ball game. Now, Paradas is 1 for 4. He's going to lead off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 12th inning, facing Carlos Estevez. No word on his relation to Emilio Estevez, but Carlos Estevez has thrown 69 1/3 innings of 29 walks, 63 strikeout with a 4.41 ERA. Paradas leading off the Cubs in the bottom of the 12th. There's a 1-strike count. Paradas waiting for the pitch. And a grounder toward the third base side. The pitcher picks it up, throws to first, but Paradas on a hustling play beats it out for an infield single. And now Asdrubal Cabrera is the batter. He comes up with nobody out, the winning run on first. Paradas on first and a 3-1 count, and they throw that one away. Is that going to be, that's a passed ball. Is that also ball 4? No, they called it a strike, but somehow it's a passed ball. And so now there's a full count, and the winning run is in scoring position. Cabrera facing Estevez. Full count, waiting for the pitch. High for ball 4, so Cabrera takes the walk. And we are going to see the pitcher Skubal is actually going to be pinch hit for here. We're going to warm up another reliever, Junior Fernandez, and Josh Fegley will be brought in to pinch hit for the pitcher's spot. Fegley facing Estevez. We're going to be looking to do a double steal here. We're going to do that on the very first pitch. So, with nobody out, the runners go, the slide, and they are both safe. So the Cubs now have second and third with nobody out, and Fegley is batting here in the bottom of the 12th inning. Fegley just literally needs to get it out of the infield. The infield is drawn in, and Estevez facing Fegley with a full count. And a grounder over to second. The runners do not move. The throw goes over to first. That's the first out of the inning. Rizzo now the batter. Infield still drawn in. 1 out. Winning run on third. Here's the first pitch to Rizzo. And they're going to intentionally walk him to load the bases, setting up the force at any base and bringing up Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant will now bat with 1 out, bases loaded, tie game, 1-1 count. Bryant waiting for the pitch. And Bryant lines that one over the third baseman's heads. That's going to be the game winner as the Cubs are going to walk this one off in 12. Chris Bryant with the RBI single, and it is a 2-1 Cub victory here in the bottom of the 12th inning. The Rockies got 1 run on 8 hits with 2 errors. The Cubs 2 runs on 9 hits with 1 error. The Rockies, Carlos Estevez suffers the loss. He only got 1 out, allowed 2 hits, 2 walks, and the winning run to score. The player of the game is the Cubs' Yu Darvish, who went 6 2/3 of 3 hit, 2 walk, and 6 strikeout baseball. He lowers his ERA to 3.99 on the season. Tariq Skubal throws 2 scoreless innings in relief and earns the win in this game. Rosenthal actually credited with a blown save as he allowed the tying run to score in the 8th inning. So the Cubs improved to 77-78, only 1 game under 500, while the Rockies fall to 75-79. Thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.